Governor Kim Driscoll spent time here in Western Mass today to discuss the ongoing issues of domestic violence in our area and support resources needed to aid the survivors.
Western Mass News reporter Olivia Hickey joins us live in studio with her message. Olivia?
Chris and Abby, while the administration is in full support of the work being done to help survivors, they recognize more can be done to fulfill ongoing needs. Two big ones: housing and staffing, challenges faced throughout the whole state.
They're saving lives in this building. We see it. We know it. We want to support it every way we can.
Lieutenant Governor Kim Driscoll visiting the YWCA of Western Massachusetts in Springfield on Friday, expressing her support for the work being done through this organization and others, supporting victims of domestic violence.
I mean, it's terrific to have an organization like the YWCA that provides such an array of services to survivors, from the hotline they operate to the residential programs they support, the therapeutic programs.
Domestic violence is a public health epidemic. It runs across every socioeconomic level of society, and people don't understand that.
It's an issue YWCA CEO Elizabeth Deneen says has grown since the COVID-19 pandemic.
During the pandemic, domestic violence increased so much because people were initially trapped at home with their abusers. Women didn't even have an opportunity to get out of the relationship. We saw at the beginning of COVID like a decrease of people coming here for services and seeking services over the phone. And then probably like 3 to 4 months into COVID, it started to increase and increase every month in terms of people seeking services.
At a roundtable with organization and state leaders, they discussed the services and resources available for area victims and what more is needed. Driscoll tells Western Mass News housing and staffing are the top priorities across the Commonwealth.
Housing affordability is a challenge everywhere: Western Mass, the South Coast, the North Shore, certainly in Greater Boston. It's the biggest issue we face from an employment perspective, attracting the type of talent we need. Cannot wait. We are not admiring this problem. We are leaning in with both resources and policies aimed at building the type of housing we need in communities.
After her visit to the YWCA, Driscoll then went to Holyoke for a governor's council meeting to address sexual assault, domestic violence, and human trafficking. Resources for those impacted by abuse can be found on our website, westernmassnews.com. Just click on the blue As Seen on TV button. Reporting in studio, Olivia Hickey for Western Mass News.
Olivia.